This game 4 has massive implications in the land. It could be a 3-2 by the end of this one. Jalen Duren is hoping for his breakout to come in a big way at a big time. For James. Game 4 coming off a critical Cavalier victory in Game 3. Final score.
Tobias Harris, team Tobias.
Sorry, Thompson, overtime late.
Jalen Duren.
The Pistons team that won the 60 games this year, and they are hoping that they can take the stranglehold on this series.
The other guy, he's on Louisville. Now we have number 4, Evan Mobley.
When you sign up, we are all set from the land. Cade Cunningham is hoping to throw a dagger through a series tie heading back to Detroit. Mark Davis, Josh Tiven, and Mitchell Irvin are 3 officials. And
there we go.
This one was perfect and claimed by Allen on the ricochet. James Harden, but if you asked him, as he said to Ashley Shamani after Game 3, what chatter heading into that game? 3 huge buckets to claim a win. I'll lob it up. Oh, Allen goes up high and then loses. Is courtesy of Cleveland. Harris, open look in transition, can't hit the 3. 35 points, 10 rebounds for Donovan Mitchell, one of just a few in Cleveland history with those numbers in a playoff game. He swoops it up short. Teams know each other like the back of their hands, but Kenny Atkinson said it's actually a lot more that we're trying. Throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. That's physicality. Jared Allen with a...
to attack Cade Cunningham as he comes off every pick and roll.
Robinson drive, delivery. It's the cutter, Thompson. Outside, Robinson with 4 to shoot. It's a grenade for Cunningham, and he hits.
Of Robinson, all that attention there, creating an open look for his teammate, Cade Cunningham.
Now Mobley with a mismatch against Robinson. Puts the shoulder into his chest, catch and shoot. Harden triple.
Wide open.
Cleveland shot the 3 ball pretty well by their own standards in Game 3. It's an engulfment inside. Mobley knocked it away from Duren on a second chance now for Harris. 4 to shoot. Harris working on Mitchell. The drive. The jumper is pure. Harris with 20 or more points in 8 straight games now in this playoff run. That's the longest stretch of his career, regular or postseason. Harden, tough triple. That doesn't go. And he struggled with foul trouble at times in this series, but he's been heavily impactful, but he loses the basketball. Harden scoops it up, finds his spot, takes his time, and knocks down a
Shooting off the bounce. But how about that? The defense getting a steal and an easy 3 for him in transition.
Shot it better from 3 in Game 3 as Duren takes flight. Good contest by...
Great start and a great continuation from Harden in this Game 4.
And he'll take it inside this time.
He had a great mixture of shot attempts. It was to the rim. It was the floater. It was the off-the-ball 3s. And then at late game, obviously, the big one.
Per game since his days in Houston, where he was the league's leading scorer and essentially an unstoppable offensive force. But he has told him, whatever you need me to do to win is what he's all about. And he has proven it over the last game and a half here. A knock away again. Dean Wade on the head. 16 to shoot. Cunningham will look for an option here. Detroit 2 for 6 to start this game. Cleveland 3 for 5. Robinson, tough dribble up. And it's off the heel. And he's feeling it early. Off the screen. Couldn't get downhill on Duren. Now he's got the switch. That means Allen's got the smaller Thompson. Heavily physical defender, but they want the ISO for Harden. Creates the space. And he doesn't get the roll. It's in. Cleveland with another quicker start than what we saw in the first couple games in Detroit. Mitchell on the drive. Kick. It's Harden again for 3. And it was almost unanimous. No, we need Dennis's energy coming off the bench. We're seeing that this starting unit has found a little bit more rhythm against the physicality that Detroit's bringing. 1 out of 2 for Allen. Detroit 2 for 7 to start this game, and another
on defense for Cleveland, causing all kind of problems here at the start for the Pistons.
Mobley spin, And Mobley's fouled by Thompson.
And Evan Mobley early on going right at one of the elite defenders in the NBA.
Defend, but does sometimes get in foul trouble.
You don't want him to change who he is. That's kind of his secret ingredient there, the aggressiveness, but a little too aggressive in some of these games, and that will have to sit.
LeVert. Well,
they were unsure if he was going to play, dealing with that heel injury, and he comes right in, and he doesn't waste any time getting it going.
Look at the seal inside.
Jalen Duren, it's been a tough first 5 minutes of this game for him.
already 4 team fouls on Detroit. Harden can't hit that time. So the Cleveland will be in the bonus the rest of the way. 6.5 to play in this opening quarter. Detroit 3 for 8, but they do have the 5 early turnovers that have led to 11 points. LeVert, the drive in, the long strides, and the tough finish.
How about Cleveland? They just kept seeking out the Duren matchup. Detroit kept trying to rotate out of it. Cleveland wasn't having it.
Just past the midway point of this first quarter. Duren the seal. Going right at Mobley, and he spins for 2.
And that's a goodie there, but great seal, great footwork and finish.
Mitchell the cross. Mobley open. 3 ball up. And short on rebound to Cunningham. Duren in the regular season, 19.5 points per game. He's averaging just 10.4 so far in the playoffs this year. LeVert, another jumper. Danis Jenkins and Isaiah Stewart in the game for Detroit. Strus, Struder, and Tyson on the floor now for Cleveland. Jared Allen, 3 points and a rebound in the early going. Now Strus, hook it. Harden's been the aggressor, and he floats it up too strong. Rebound poked around.
First quarter for Detroit. Once they value the basketball, they've been able to get good shot opportunities, and most importantly, get back and set up their defense.
And that's really been the key for J.B. Bickerstaff. He feels like if you get them in the half court defensively, he likes their chances of going on lengthy runs. We've seen it through the season. Tobias Harris.
Harris just using his size, working him down, and getting to that turnaround jumper.
Allen looking to back him down on the other side. He lost it momentarily, and then he couldn't finish. Jenkins looking to push. Stewart running rim to rim. He's got the mismatch with Schroeder. The catch and finish.
High and just go right up with it.
14-2 run since LeVert checked in. And now LeVert tight defense on Strus, who Kenny Atkinson said made the game-winning play with that steal on the inbounds on Cade Cunningham in the 4th in Game 3. And that's a double dribble. James Harden trying to argue that it was 11 points. Got 11 of the 18 with Mitchell now back on the floor. Mitchell, Mobley, Strus, Schroeder, and Tyson. Jenkins bounce. Stewart really shuffled the feet. Had it negated at the rim by Mobley. Stewart got it back, and then knocked quarter for Detroit. Mitchell on LeVert. LeVert cut him off. Half the shot clock gone. Mitchell wants to go to work. He'll float it up. Short on the float.
And once again, great help there from Evan Mobley there, causing him to maybe miss that shot. I've been impressed with his activity on defense.
He's just been around the ball.
2 shot attempts so far for Mitchell, who was very aggressive early in the first quarter of Game 3. He'll float it up, and it's in and out. Ball fake. Jumper. Off the heel. Long rebound. Jenkins. He'll push the pace.
He can fly.
Jenkins attacked right on Schroeder. Off the first. Cleveland started 4 of 7, but have gone 1 for their last 8, giving up that early 11-point lead. Mobley on the outside. Good defense by Stewart. Strus, 8 to shoot. He'll step into it. And it's collected by Stewart.
Last few minutes, that was a point of emphasis for J.B. Bickerstaff coming into this game.
Cunningham working on Mitchell. He'll step back for 3. And it goes right. Mobley with his 2nd rebound. He's got 4 points, an assist, and 2 steals. Schroeder a blur to the bucket.
When he put stopping him, he read that perfectly. The turn down was absolutely the play there.
LeVert tees it up. Book it for Karis LeVert.
Contributor off the bench here in the first quarter.
It's just a team that doesn't have a ton of long-term playoff experience. 35th playoff game for LeVert coming in as a vet. Deep one off the mark.
He has played big here in this first quarter.
Jalen Tyson go to the free throw line with Cleveland in the bonus. They have yet to commit a team foul themselves. Seen his minutes go down a little bit from the regular season, but Kenny Atkinson has loved his defense at the point of attack, especially against Cade.
Defender, and you see picking up full court, just trying to wear down Cunningham throughout the course of this game.
Approaching 1 minute to play in the first. Cunningham step back, and he puts it down.
With the size and always lethal from the mid-range.
Mobley swing. Strus on the outside. Off the screen. Couldn't turn the corner. And Schroeder can't touch it. Jenkins trying to get there first. Nice track down by Mobley. 4 to shoot. He'll let it fly. That's short. And then he rush. Cunningham on Mitchell. Drive. Sidestep. Kick out. Jenkins. Extra goes to Holland. Off the heel. And it swipes at us when we talk, we mess up.
We mess up.
1.2 seconds left in the first. Schroeder get it in. Mitchell gets it off. Oh, and it near.
That last play, as you mentioned, making them pay.
Duren on the outside. 8 to shoot. Cunningham surveys. Duren's going to attack. Right at Mobley. The slow step for the
Duren have all that much success in those off-the-dribble isolations, but there he wins the battle, and maybe that jump starts his offense.
Merrill drive and kick. Open man is Mobley, and he's on target.
Well, he finally not to get aggressive. We saw a nice rim run and seal off the bounce there. He's starting to get going and needs to contribute inside for the Pistons.
Meanwhile, that's the second foul on Sam Merrill in the first 90 seconds of game one. Missed the second half of game one, missed game two. And Kenny Atkinson felt like they missed his presence in the second half of game one and certainly all of game two.
Well, no, it's something to watch.
That's a great stat.
I agree. Shout out to our department for putting it together. Mitchell, kick it. Strus, open look. Hits a three.
Well, Mitchell has ensued in finding his open shooter in Max Strus.
Cleveland now 5 of 14 from 3. Detroit efficient 4 of 8 to start this game. LeVert tough one. That goes. Strus with space. Short on this 3. Thompson back on the floor with the 2 fouls. Duren, Robinson, Cunningham, and LeVert. LeVert. And he finally cools off. Just his second miss so far tonight. Mitchell drive and kick. Strus on the attack. Floated inside. A little high for Evan Mobley and a turnover. And then takes it right back. Strus taking off for 2.
Wow.
Duren will try. Comes up short. Screen from Merrill. Mitchell put the head down on Robinson. Outside Harden. Merrill, the open man, connects on a 3 points for Detroit off of those turnovers. It has been a theme throughout these playoffs so far, and this series in particular. The team who has won that turnover battle has generally won the game. Another good look, and another hit for Merrill.
You talked about Mets on dribble penetration, and Cleveland just making them pay from the three-point line.
11 points, 4 assists for Harden, and then the strip on Duren. Schroeder off to the races. He'll slow it down and wait for reinforcements. It's Harden against Robinson on the drive and the kick.
Fantastic pass in transition there from Harris. And look, right now, Detroit, they haven't played well. It's a tie game here.
They're leaving Merrill, and he can't make him pay this time.
And unable to stop him in transition going to the rim.
Look, granted, that's only the 4th fast break point for Detroit. So I love that off that stop, Detroit was opportunistic, that they looked to go get there.
Now 8 points and 4 assists, coming off his second triple-double in his playoff career. That's now tied for the most in Detroit history with Isaiah Thomas. But the 6 second-half turnovers really plagued his team down the stretch, and he took full accountability for it post-game. Schroeder, 8th 3 of the night for Cleveland compared to just 4 so far for Detroit. Cunningham working on Wade on the drive and the kick. Thompson gets it right back to him. 6 to shoot. Hook it inside. Good catch in traffic for Thompson. Nearly traveled. Then he threw it over for LeVert. Jenkins out there as well with Cunningham, Duren, and Harris. Barrett Allen back on the floor. Wade, Harden, Schroeder, and Merrill round out the 5. It's past the midway point of the second. Schroeder had it knocked away. Hit clean by Harris on the fast break. LeVert, that was awkward, but it was effective.
But it's been anything the Cavs have got a guard against active hands there. I believe Tobias Harris, he gets a piece, and that starts the break for the Pistons.
First points off of turnovers for Detroit, and they get another one on that next possession. 5th turnover of the night for Cleveland. During the early post. And he was so
Has to throw it out to Dean Wade and make him be a volume three-point shooter.
half the shot clock on here for Cunningham. Now it's Harris against Harden. We're going to back him down with 5 to shoot. Cross, drive. Harris had a block by Jared Allen, but recovered by Stewart.
From Mobley, but once again, his activity, his energy, his impact on the defensive end, it's noticed.
And the struggles continue. It's 8 p.m. Eastern time. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Were you guys curious? Well, then I realized in my head, that's tomorrow.
It kind of felt like a Sunday, so I'm glad you clarified.
All right. I'm glad that you feel so comfortable with us that every day feels like Sunday. LeVert on the drive, and he has pulled off substantial. Mobley right back to Mitchell. Trying to go two-man game. It was knocked away into the hands of Harden. Strus back on the floor, attacking on LeVert. And Strus had it stripped off his leg out of bounds.
Floor tonight. Another great defensive effort there from Caris LeVert.
He's got a game-high 14 off the bench. Tobias Harris rattles it home.
6 of 31 from 3. That was 19%. And coming into tonight, he was 10 of his last 18. It's continued on here in game 4.
10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals so far for Tobias Harris. Harden into the paint, and he just finds enough of that. Isaiah Stewart picks up his 3rd foul. Stewart did not play in the second half of game 3. It was Paul Reed who came in and provided a huge lift in what ended up being when they're playing either even, close, or slightly ahead. Isaiah Stewart, because of his defense for them on the floor. Back to a 2-point game. Harden up to 13, his first points in this second quarter. Now he has to guard Cunningham. Cunningham elbow J. That's smooth.
There to create the separation. Cunningham just so efficient in the mid-range off the bounce.
Pocket pass, Mobley kick it out. Mitchell 3. Bullseye.
But I love the look. It's the short making the play for the superstar that hadn't had a basket leading into that 3.
9 to shoot for Harris. Durham tried to post up. Now they got the switch with Strus. Harris step through, floats it up, and gets the roll.
I'll tell you what, in this series, I mean, just getting to his spot and getting whatever he wants.
Strus 3. Rebound Allen, second chance Cleveland. Allen through the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Yes.
Yeah,
Phoenix, you in the corner could be lethal.
You know what? I appreciate you, Noah.
See, I'm a good teammate, Robbie.
Don't let Robbie come between us.
I'm a great teammate.
There are some factual.
In this first half, Cleveland now 11 of 14 at the free throw line. Meanwhile, Detroit's just 2 of 3. Cunningham the ball fake, size advantage with Mitchell. He wants to go to work over the double team. Cunningham no. Rebound LeVert. Cates. His 3 doesn't go. Long rebound. Harris again. 10 to shoot for Cunningham. Working on Mitchell. Cunningham fend off. The cross. The kick. LeVert buries the 3.
That is a nasty cross. 3 offensive rebounds on that possession. Eventually one's going to go. Caris LeVert willing to do it.
Mitchell had Harris twisting and turning. Couldn't hit the 3.
And get into the line.
There you go. Wheaties over Michael's secret stuff for LeVert. This week, don't miss an all-new SNL loaded this week. Watch it live coast to coast on NBC and Peacock.
That's a big-time lineup right there. Those two.
That's about as big as it gets.
That's the varsity right there of SNL.
The varsity? Now, come on, we only have varsity.
True. The effort there. Strus picking up, but Cade Cunningham, you don't want to give him anything.
He's been a volume guy and has needed to be so.
But he does hit on a pair. 9 of 25 from 3. Detroit 6 of 12. Efficient but lower volume. The early 10 turnovers, they've taken care of the ball the majority of this second quarter. Bounce it Mobley to the corner for Mitchell. Shimmy shake and had it knocked away. Tried to scoop it back up. A lot of contact.
A lot of paint opportunities for them as a result of this defense.
2-for-1 opportunity here for Detroit. LeVert with 17 off the bench. Harris will drive and finish.
Performance in these playoffs for Tobias Harris.
7-second different shot clock and game clock with a little zone look here defensively for Detroit. 6 to shoot for Harden. Likes the matchup with Robinson. Bounce it. The cutter is Mobley. Cunningham with 3 seconds. Cunningham puts Mitchell to the deck. Puts it up. Too strong. And we go.
To value each one. For Donovan, he just expects him, to continue to create an advantage. Last game, Kenny Atkinson said the message was just to drive, to be aggressive, and he got that message early, so hopefully he gets it started here to go in this second half.
Well, especially early in the clock, as Robbie pointed out, in that go, go, go. They want that from Donovan Mitchell. Felt he did a great job of that in Game 3. And hoping that he can do the same here in the second half of Game 4. They get the stop to start. Now Harden got off to that quick start. He's got 15 points and 6 assists. And there is Mitchell with a 2.
And what a great
Side, 3 for 7 shooting in that first half. Duran in this series is shooting just 42%. That one short, rebound fought for and taken by Wade.
Good fight by Evan Mobley. Could have been an offensive rebound. Now Cleveland with the early offense.
And right on cue, it is Mitchell getting into the paint and floating it in, plus the foul. Start this third quarter, coming off his 35-point, 10-rebound Game 3. Much in favor of the Cavaliers, 14 of 17 at the line. Detroit just 4 of 5. Cunningham forcing the issue, and Wade clears the board. Thompson playing with those early fouls. Good ball movement around. Mitchell with a good look. Bottom.
You gift Mitchell the early layup, and then you get him an open 3, and Donovan Mitchell just like that into double figures here early in the second half.
Cunningham 3. And the rebound on. He's already up to 12 points. Mobley outside for Harden. Reset 2 minutes into this third quarter. Harden on the drive. Leaves it. Allen for the deuce. In this third quarter for Cleveland. And we'll see if Reed can do what Karis LeVert did in the first quarter for the Pistons. Bounce it. Wade. Reed is there. 7 to shoot. Wade lost it. Reed's on the deck. Wade comes up with it with 3 to shoot. It's Harden with 2 on the clock. Bounce it inside. Mobley got it off. Well short and a shot.
good on both ends with him on the floor.
9:15 to play in this third quarter. Keep an eye. It's a 6-point game. Reed checks in. We saw him really play at a high level in Game 3 in this building. Cunningham the cutter goes to Thompson underneath, blocked inside. Mobley
Read that perfectly off the basketball.
Now it's Mitchell in control. 8 points already in the third. Mitchell will tee it up again and knocks it down. Cunningham drive and taken away by Mobley. Mitchell up ahead for Harden. Harden kick. Wade swings. The ball fake. Mobley outside. Harden 3-ball. Pass. Let's check in with Ashley.
Guys, Kenny Atkinson's message to Evan was simple. Play winning basketball. Defense and rebounding. Get in your flow. That's your superpower. And he's achieving it.
Yeah, the scoring is not necessarily a concern. He affects the game other ways, but this guy affects the game.
Detroit gifted him some looks, and once you got a guy like this that's going, it's going to be incredibly difficult to shut that off.
He's got 14 third quarter points. Reed the drive. Allen stayed with him. Jenkins now on the floor with 4 to shoot. Cross on Mitchell. Jenkins, swatted!
Detroit more than capable of getting back in, but they're going to have to put together some stops here on the defensive end.
Mitchell back in rhythm to start this third quarter, already with 14 since the half. That's a tough 3. Rebound. It's going to stay here. Detroit just over 13, second most amongst playoff teams. Harden in the corner. They're letting Allen hear it. And Allen will reward him. A third. Harris drive. Harris can't stop the bleeding. And a foul on the team turnover of the night for the Pistons. Now Mobley looking to cash it in. LeVert with the good hands. Mitchell, drive past Jenkins, spin around LeVert, and finish over the top. No, in this third quarter, 23 straight for the Cavs. Allen gambles. Reed, the swipe, and slam. B-ball.
Impressive 2 hands on Jared Allen.
Mitchell says, I'll go right back at it for 2.
I mean, he is taking it personal here in this third quarter.
With no Duren and no Stewart on the floor, Paul Reed wise to go right at him.
And then Reed cans the triple.
Celebration after the three.
It goes back to the Energizer Bunny that he's been coming off the bench. Mitchell is fouled.
And that's all.
15-point lead after being down by 4 at the break. With the way that the second quarter went, it felt like Detroit had played their best basketball and still had a 4-point cushion. As LeVert got Schroeder in the air and puts it down. For 3 years under J.B. Bickerstaff. And now trying to burn his former team and lead the Pistons to a 3-1. Mitchell's up to 23 points. 19 coming in this third quarter. Wants to go back to work against Harris. Mitchell, the cross, the drive, the float, gets the roll. LeVert off the screen. LeVert attack mode, banks it in.
And it's interesting right now, the positional length, which was an advantage for Cleveland, now they're small on the perimeter, and Detroit is able to make them pay by getting shots in the paint.
Harden drive, kick, Merrill three, not there.
They've got
It's Reed working against Allen. Reed right to the basket. And Reed has 2 more. Schroeder, Allen discards on LeVert. Now it's Harden with a jab. Back to Schroeder. Jenkins steps up. Schroeder off the screen. Jenkins, good recovery defensively. Merrill, tough 3. And he nearly banked it in. LeVert.
And we've seen that plenty of times here in this postseason.
Empty trip there for Paul Reed. Schroeder, Merrill, Strus, Harden, and Allen. The 5 for Kenny Atkinson out of the timeout. And it's going to be a foul. 14 of 24 from 3 in the series. Just the 1 attempt so far. 5 to shoot now for Mobley, back in the game. Reed all over him, and he throws it away. It's a numbers game the other way. Detroit with the advantage. LeVert on the drive, finds the space, shovel inside, and Reed with the finish. Ball. Schroeder, Strus, pump, drive, kick, extra. Harden, 9 to shoot. Harden floats it up, doesn't get the roll. Mobley the offensive rebound, and he is fouled. So Mobley, who really struggled from the free throw line in game 3, is now 3 for 3 at the charity stripe here in game to Wembanyama. Ejected on the flagrant 2 with the elbow to Naz Reid last night in game 4. All even at 2 apiece as they head back to San Antonio.
Mentioned earlier, Merrill getting some good looks. He's not able to convert.
Reed, Robinson, floated up. Reed comes down, back outside. Good look for Duncan Robinson. His 3 cashes home.
And how about the pass?
Harden now with 21 points, his 5th 3 of the night. Reed's open, pump and drive. Mobley recovers. Oh, he tried to bounce it. Somehow Jenkins got there. It was negated by Mobley. 1 minute to play in a third quarter dominated by the Cavaliers. Trying to finish strong here. Harden with 4 to shoot. Bounce it. Schroeder's going to have to get it off. He does, and he banks it in.
play to your strengths, get to the paint, and make something happen late clock.
2 for 1 opportunity now for Detroit. Jenkins off the screen. Jenkins all the way, and Reed cuts to the rim for 2.
Dennis Jenkins.
13 of 33 from 3. James Harden has 21 points and 11 assists to go with 3 steals. 7 to shoot. Harden on the reject. Switch with Robinson. Harden, shimmy shake, step back 3. And the whistle comes in. Robinson
Call for that foul.
much more consistent visits. He has 21 in this third quarter. Harden now has 23 for the game. They have combined for 48. Harden with his 40th career playoff double-double. Makes it 90 to 75. 5 seconds left in the third. Jenkins puts the head down, floats it up. No, tip in goes Reed. Harden trying to go baseball pass. Length of the floor. Wade goes up high. Oh, Wade hits the deck hard. In 13, manageable for the Pistons here in the fourth. Merrill drives baseline, 7 to shoot, caught there. Mitchell was hot, and he comes up short to start the fourth. With the 3 consecutive turnovers in the fourth quarter of Game 3, played Cade Cunningham. What does he have as a bounce back here tonight in a quarter that he has owned for a lot of the playoffs? That's a tough delivery that comes up too strong.
Matchup and contesting that shot at a really high level.
Bounce it for Strus. Will attack inside. Mobley the finish. Harris denied. Mobley again. Second chance. Cunningham can't hit the 3. Long rebound. Mitchell has it. Mitchell attacks. The swipe. The finish. Donovan. It's Spider's world, and we're living in it. Cunningham will drive. Inside Reed, and he's fouled. Mitchell, 27 points. Harden with 24 and 11. This is what the dream looked like when they acquired the beard. Cunningham couldn't bank it in, and it's going to be a loose ball foul going.
He's coming from everywhere on that layup attempt, just couldn't convert.
Strus, hook it, Merrill, drive it, regain it, but he couldn't finish. Mitchell Palooza in Cleveland. Duran post up, trying to drop step, instead just over 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Mobley will try it. Long rebound and it on here. 12 points on 4 of 13 shooting to go with 5 assists. He's 0 for 5 in the second half. Harris nearly traveled, kept that foot down. Now he'll back down on Mitchell. Harris, 14 points. Can't get to 16.
Game at home, taking over and kind of waiting for the second half to take over. 17th with Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson, and Kawhi Leonard.
That is impressive company as Cunningham finally gets a bucket in the second half. He wants more. Oh, he might have hurt Thompson, and he might have hurt some feeling. He's got 28 now in this second half. He had 21 in the third quarter. As, let's say, a consultant as a part of his staff. Vincent Collet, who is the national coach of the French national team. Kenny Atkinson, 24. And Vincent Collet had to remind Kenny that, you know, you've been through this before. The French team looked like they were down and out. In fact, when they lost towards the end of group play and nearly were eliminated before that knockout stage, as Cunningham floats it up and in, he said the locker room together even further. They end up winning in convincing fashion, beating Canada and Germany. Surprising results given what it looked like in that group stage, and then took the U.S. all the way down to the final moments when Steph Curry went nuts with 3 straight threes. Mitchell comes up.
But when he came in the locker room before Game 3, I got a little PTSD.
Yeah, he did.
From our time in Paris. I mean, my right guard went left.
No question. Duran with force.
A grown man move from Jalen Duran.
Back to 17, 7.5 to play. Can Detroit lock in on this end where they've been so good all year? Strus, quick trigger. Long rebound, go on 11. Backing down on LeVert. LeVert's been excellent tonight, and Duran comes over for the block. Then a strip by Harris, scooped up by Thompson. Numbers the other way. Cunningham will load it up, and he sticks it from the outside. Closely by Cunningham, giving him no airspace on the outside. 10 to shoot now for Harden. Cunningham fights through the screen of Wade. Right back to Harden with 6 to shoot. Wade goes to rescreen. Harris steps up. Wade 2 to shoot. Wade on the drive, and Wade got it off, but he comes up well short. Cleveland's largest lead was 21 earlier in the quarter. It's a 7-0 Detroit run with LeVert looking to add to it. 22 points off the bench in 27 minutes for Karis LeVert. Driving on Schroeder. Staying in front. Cunningham with some more space. Oh, inside, Duren wasn't ready for it. He was wide. And James Harden, they will go with a 3-guard lineup here for Cleveland. 7 to shoot for Schroeder. Looking to attack on LeVert. Spray it out. Mitchell over the top. And they're going to call it on the floor, but 34 for Mitchell. Sunday start. Great matchup in our first game on NBC on Sunday, as Donovan Mitchell is now up to 35 points, 4 assists, and shot 47.6% from 3 for the Pistons. Meanwhile, Harris just 14 points after that roaring start in the first half. He comes up short, and Schroeder tracks it down.
About it coming down the floor.
Cunningham is accepting the defensive challenge. Mitchell step back, raindrops. 34 second half points for Mitchell. A complete spider explosion as Thompson glides in.
That's the first. That was not an easy finish there with that left hand, but you're right.
Allen, shovel, Mitchell again. For Donovan Mitchell. Duren loses the basketball. Trying to find somebody to outlet. He's knocked away by Allen. 7 to shoot now for Harris. Dancing on Mobley. Harris drive. Harris is fouled.
Performance. I mean, I've seen a lot of playoff games. I don't know if I've seen a half quite like this from Donovan Mitchell.
And just being a total.
It is a runway train. And he just put LeVert on the ground. He's got defenders touching earth. He's got shots that aren't even hitting rim. Right now, he is locked in. Harden comes up short. Comes up short. Rebound, Thompson. 12 to shoot now for Cunningham off the screen. Step back, couple of pumps. Schroeder's right there. 5 to shoot. LeVert triple. Long. Back. Schroeder hits the deck. Mitchell keeps the dribble alive. Oh, that's way deep. Long rebound, saved by Mobley into the hands of Cunningham. Bounce it for Harris. On the attack. Harris over the top. Couldn't finish. Tip in goes.
The effort from Mobley on the save, but you are really just giving an advantage play there for Detroit.
Mitchell is fouled. Mitchell with his 8th playoff 40-point game.
Remember a time where a star player struggled the way that Mitchell did in the first, and then to bounce back like this in the second?
Are you trying to?
Crowd has been on their feet for the majority of this second half. Cavaliers on the brink of tying this series. Donovan Mitchell leading the way. Looking for the capper. Instead, it's outside, and it's Strus. Poked around. Walk-ons, they used to say that, and then you didn't believe it.
I didn't buy it.
Mitchell too strong there.
I was like, man, go in the game and make a shot. Come on. And then I got here, and I was like, man, they weren't kidding. That's not easy.
Sasser bounce it. Paul Reed. And he'll get rid of it. And it's Harden with 24 and 11. Platoon swap coming next dead ball for Cleveland. Harden dance. Off the heel to Reed. The guys forward to Mitchell will finish with 42, 38 of them coming in the second half as Porter throws it away, and Reed with the cookies and milk.
Oh, Reed.
So,
Oh, my goodness.
and they're going to force maybe another turnover? No, it's going to be out of bounds. Stay with Cleveland. I mean, this is